My name is Ronnie. I am 33 years old. I drive a taxi every day, and I am also a mother. I have 3 sweet daughters who wait for me at home. Today, I want to tell you something very special. Please listen to my story till the end. This story is not just about pain. It is about love, strength, and hope. I promise this story will touch your heart. Maybe it will even change how you see the world. So sit with me for a while. Hear my voice. Feel my words. And when the story ends, if it touched your heart, please like and subscribe. I work very hard to bring you stories that are true, emotional, and full of meaning. This story begins on a rainy day. The rain was falling like tears from the sky. I was waiting in my taxi near the bus stop. The day was cold. People were running, trying to stay dry. I saw a boy, maybe 10 years old. He had no umbrella. He was wet from head to toe. He looked lost. I opened my window and called him, "Hey, little one, do you need help?" He looked at me. His eyes were big and scared. He nodded slowly. "Where are your parents?" I asked. He said nothing. "Just look down." I opened the door. "Come sit inside. You'll catch a cold." He sat quietly beside me. He was shivering. I gave him my extra shawl from the back seat. Still, he did not talk much. After some time, I gave him a biscuit packet I kept for my kids. He ate slowly. "What is your name?" I asked softly. "Eamon," he whispered. "Where do you live?" He stayed quiet again. I didn't want to push. So I just smiled and said, "It's okay. You can tell me when you're ready." After a long silence, he spoke. "Can you drop me to the big gate near the school?" "Yes, of course," I said. On the way, he started talking a little. "My mother's in the hospital," he said. I looked at him. "Oh, I'm sorry. What happened?" "She was sick. Very sick. I don't know what the doctor said. I was with her in the hospital, but the nurse told me to wait outside. Then she did not come out. I waited many hours. I felt something in my heart, a kind of pain. I know that feeling. Waiting outside hospitals, not knowing what is going on. I had been there too, Dad. Then he said something that broke me. My stepfather told me to go away. He hit me. He told me never to come back. I looked at him. His small face had a bruise near the cheek. Dad, I stopped the car at the side. "He hit you?" I asked softly. Dad, Eamon nodded. His eyes filled with tears. I felt my chest getting tight. I took a deep breath and placed my hand gently on his small fingers. "You didn't do anything wrong," I said. He looked at me like no one had ever said those words to him before. Sometimes people hit because they are full of anger. But it's not your fault. You are a good boy, Eamon. He cried. He really cried, and I let him. Sometimes we all need to cry. I took him to the gate near the school. He didn't want to get out. I asked, "Do you have someone you can stay with?" "My aunt," he said. "She works near the bakery. Do you want me to take you there?" He nodded. Dad, on the way, he told me more. He said his stepfather always shouted. Sometimes he drank. Sometimes he threw plates. One night, he hit Eamon so hard that he couldn't sleep from the pain. But his mother held him and cried. She said sorry over and over again. She loved him, but she was sick, too weak to protect him. That night, when she went to the hospital, she told Eamon, "Don't worry, I'll get better. I'll cook your favorite food. Just wait for me." But she didn't come back. I was quiet as I listened. My hands were on the steering wheel, but my mind was full of thoughts. I wanted to tell him something more, something strong, something true. So I said, Amen. People like you who suffer, who feel pain, they grow up with big hearts. They understand more. They feel more. That makes them special. He asked, "But why do people hit?" I paused, then said, "Some people are broken inside. They don't know how to love. They never learned, so they hurt others. But you can choose a better way." We reached the bakery. His aunt came out. She looked tired but kind. She hugged Eamon tightly. I told her everything. She had tears in her eyes too. "Thank you." She said, "No," I smiled. "He needed someone to listen, that's all." I said goodbye to Eamon. Before I left, he came running and gave me a drawing he made on a paper. It was a picture of a woman in a taxi and a small boy with a big smile. That picture is still with me, and every time I look at it, I remember that day. But my story does not end there, because this was not the only time I heard the words. He hit me. 1 week later, I picked up a young girl from outside the college. She was crying. Her lip was bleeding. "Are you okay?" I asked. She said nothing. When we started driving, she whispered, "He hit me." I asked, "Your boyfriend?" She nodded. I stopped the car, turned off the engine. "You want to tell me what happened?" I asked. She looked at me and said, "He said I talked too much. He slapped me in front of my friends." My heart broke again. I said, "Listen to me, my daughter. This is not love. Love never hits." She started crying harder. I held her hand and said, "You are strong. You are not alone. You are brave." She said, "But I love him." I said, "Then love yourself more. You are not made to suffer." She got out of her hostel, but before leaving, she said, "Thank you, Auntie. You made me feel less small." That is why I tell you this story today, because every time someone says, "He hit me," we must listen. We must care. We must say, "It's not your fault." Whether it is a child, a woman, or even a man, anyone can be hurt. Anyone can feel pain. But what we do next is what matters. I remember once my youngest daughter came running to me crying. She said, "Mama, my teacher hit me." I was angry, but I did not shout. I went to the school the next day and calmly spoke to the teacher. She said, "I'm sorry, I was stressed. I should not have done that." I told her children are not punching bags. If you are stressed, take a breath. But don't put your pain on their small shoulders. She nodded, and from that day, she changed. Sometimes all it takes is a voice. A calm voice that says, "No more." I want to tell you something today, If someone ever hits you, remember, it is not your fault. You deserve love, care, and respect. You are not alone. You are not weak. You are strong because you survive. You are strong because you still smile. And if you see someone hurt, don't turn your face. Be the person who stops. Be the one who listens. You never know whose life you might change with just one kind word. In this world. We all carry pain, but we also carry the power to heal. Sometimes all someone needs is a hand to hold. A voice that says, I believe you. I believe you. And I care. Please remember, even when it rains, the sky still holds the sun behind the clouds. Pain may come, but love is always near. If we look. So be kind. Be gentle. Be strong. And most of all, be the light someone else needs. If my story touched your heart, please like and subscribe. I work hard to bring you true stories that speak to your soul. There are many more to come, full of love, pain, strength, and truth. Let's keep walking this road together. Let me know when you want me to continue the rest of the story. Thank you for staying with me. Now I will continue the story. Please listen closely. This part is full of heart. It is full of truth. It may make you cry. It may make you smile. But I hope it will make you think. And I hope it will make you feel love in your heart again. Some weeks after I met Amen, I kept thinking about him. His small eyes, his broken voice, the way he whispered, he hit me. That voice stayed inside my ears like a sad song. Every day I looked at the picture he gave me. It reminded me of something important. The world is not kind to everyone, but we can be. One night, after finishing work, I came home and hugged my daughters tightly. Mama, what happened? My youngest asked. Nothing, I said with a smile. I just love you too much. They laughed and hugged me back. Later that night, I remembered something from my own past. Something I never told anyone. But today, I will tell you, because my pain made me stronger, and maybe it will help you too. When I was young, about 19 years old, I got married. Everyone said he was a good man. He had a nice job, a soft voice, and a smile that fooled people. But after marriage, he changed. He started getting angry over small things. If the food was not hot enough, he shouted. If I talked to my friend, he looked at me with angry eyes. One day, I dropped a glass by mistake. It broke. He looked at me. And then he hit me. The first time, I was shocked. I could not move. I just stood there. He said sorry. He cried. He gave me flowers. And I forgave him, but it happened again. And again. Each time he said sorry. Each time I stayed because I was scared. Because I thought maybe I was wrong. Because I thought maybe he will change. But he did not. He hit me when I was pregnant with my first child. I fell on the floor. I held my stomach and cried. That night, I looked in the mirror and did not recognize myself. My face was not mine. My soul was hiding. I said to myself, is this what love looks like? No, it was not love. It was fear. Knew then, if I stayed, I would lose myself forever. So I left. I took my baby. I walked away from that house. People judged me. Some said she left her husband. Some said maybe it was her fault, but I did not listen. I held my baby close and kept walking. I started driving a taxi. I raised my daughters alone. I worked during the day. I cried at night, but I never let anyone see my pain because I was strong, because I had no choice. And now, when I look at my 3 beautiful daughters, I know I made the right choice. My past was dark, but my future is full of light. And I made that light with my own hands. That is why when Eamon said he hit me, I knew what that pain felt like. That is why. When the college girl said, he hit me, I held her hand without thinking, because once I needed someone too, but no one came. So now I come for others. A few days ago, something beautiful happened. I was waiting near a school again. A young boy came running to my car. It was Eamon. He looked different. Happy, he said, Auntie, one study in a new school now. My aunt takes care of me. I eat food every day, and I draw pictures. He gave me another drawing. This time, it was a big heart with a small taxi inside it. He wrote, thank you, Taxi Auntie. You are my superhero. I could not stop my tears. I hugged him tight and I whispered, no, Eamon. You are the real hero. Because even after all the pain, all the fear, he still had love in his heart. That is what makes a real hero. Not the one who fights with fists, but the one who loves. Even after being broken, and now I want to tell you, you can be that hero too. If you have ever been hit, hurt, or broken, please know you are not weak. You are strong. If someone tells you their pain, please don't ignore it. Listen, stand with them. And if you see a child lost, a woman crying, a man in silence, don't look away. You might be the only light in their dark day. The world does not need more anger. It needs more love. More kindness. More people like you and me who care. Today I have peace in my heart. Not because my life is perfect, but because I know I am not alone. And you are not alone either. We are all part of one big story, the story of human hearts. Some hearts are hurt. Some are healing. Some are shining like stars. Let's help each. Others shine. Let's build a world where no one has to say, he hit me, alone and afraid. Let's make that. Promise together, and if you felt something in your heart while listening to my story, if a tear came to your eye or a smile came to your lips, please like and subscribe. This is not just for me. It is for everyone in the world. For every young girl in college, for every mother trying to be brave. I will keep bringing you stories like this, stories that make you feel, stories that make you think, stories that remind you of your own strength, because you matter, your story matters, and together we can make this world a little more kind. Let me know when you want me to continue more. There is still more beauty to share. Thank you for coming back. I am happy you're still listening. This next part of the story is very deep, full of soft feelings and full of truth. So please sit quietly, close your eyes for a moment, and open your heart. Let the words come inside. Let them speak to your soul, because this story is not just mine, it is also yours. Maybe it will remind you of something. Maybe it will heal something inside you. So now I will continue. One day, after many months, I was driving my taxi on a long road near the village. The sun was setting. The sky looked like gold and orange fire. I had finished my rides and was going back home to see my daughters. Suddenly, I saw someone standing alone on the side of the road. It was a woman. She had a baby in her arms and a small bag. Her eyes were red. Her clothes were dusty. I stopped. I asked, "Sister, do you need help?" She nodded and came near. She spoke very softly. "Can you take me to the police station?" "Of course," I said. "Come, sit inside." She sat down slowly. She held her baby close. The baby was crying a little. She looked tired, hungry, scared. I gave her a bottle of water and a packet of biscuits. She said thank you with a weak voice. After a little silence, I asked gently, "What happened?" She looked down. She held her baby even tighter. Then she said with a shaking voice, "He hit me." My heart stopped for a moment. I turned to her and said, "You are safe now. No one will hurt you anymore. Not while you are with me." She started crying. Tears ran down her cheeks. She said, "He said I talk too much, that I'm stupid, that no one will love me. He slapped me, he kicked me, and today he tried to hit my baby." I could not believe what I was hearing. A mother running with her child, no money, no shoes, only courage. I looked at her and said, "You are not weak. You are a lioness. A mother is never weak. A woman who runs to protect her baby is stronger than a mountain." She looked at me, eyes wide. "No one ever told me that," she whispered. "I am telling you now," I said. "You are strong. You are brave. You are more than what he said." We reached the police station. I walked in with her. I stood beside her. She was shaking, but I held her hand. She told the police everything. I stayed beside her the whole time. That night, the police gave her a safe place to sleep. A women's shelter. She hugged me before going inside. She said, "You saved me." I said, "No, you saved yourself. I only showed you the way." That night, as I drove home, I cried, but not because I was sad. I cried because I was proud. Proud of her. Proud of every woman who says enough. Proud of every soul who says no more pain. And now I want to tell you something. Maybe no one told you before, but I will tell you now. You are strong. You are enough. You are not what they said. You are what you believe. If someone hits you, it does not mean you are weak. It means they are broken. But you can rise, you can walk, you can fly. Let me tell you what happened after that. I kept driving. Every day, different people sat in my taxi. Some were happy, some were angry, some were silent. One day, a man sat in the back. He was quiet. After a few minutes, he started talking. "I hit my son last night," he said. I was shocked. He looked sad. He said, "I was tired." He was making noise. I got angry. I shouted. Then I slapped him. My wife cried. My son hid. And now I feel like a monster. I looked at him in the mirror. I said, "Do you love your son?" He said, "Yes, more than anything." Then go home. Say sorry. Not just with words, with your actions. Show him love. Hug him. Play with him. Listen to him. He nodded slowly. Then he said something that touched me. I never saw my father hug me. He only hit me. Maybe I became like him. I said, "Then, break the chain. You can choose. Be the father you never had." He smiled just a little. When he got out, he said, "Thank you, Taxi Didi. You made me see myself clearly." That is the power of talking. That is the power of listening. That is the power of one soft voice in a hard world. And that is why I tell these stories, because maybe someone out there is about to hit. Maybe someone is about to leave. Maybe someone is about to cry in the dark. And maybe, just maybe, this story will stop them, will help them, will hug them, today. I live a simple life. I wake up early. I cook food for my daughters. I drop them to school, then I drive my taxi, Sometimes people talk, sometimes they don't, but I always smile because I know behind every face there's a story, and some of those stories are full of pain, and some of them are waiting for someone to say, "I believe you." So let me be that person, and maybe you can be that person too, my dear friend. If you are still listening, thank you, Thank you for staying with me, Thank you for feeling with me, I hope this story touched your heart. I hope it gave you something beautiful, strength, hope, or peace. And I ask you again, if this story made you feel something real, please like this story. Please subscribe, not for me, but for the broken hearts that need to be heard, because stories can heal, and love can grow. And you, yes, you can be a light in someone's darkness. Let me know when you want me to continue. I still have more to tell. There are still more hearts to touch.